Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today I'm gonna tell you how to guarantee results in terms of fat loss and muscle gains. It might sound too good to be true, but I promise you it 100% is not clickbait. You 100% can guarantee results like this simply by taking the right actions. I think I would have an idea about how these things work, but also I'm gonna tell you that what I'm about to tell you is also applicable to really any sort of result you're looking for. But around here, we do our physical practice as a cornerstone of the entire process of working on ourselves, right? And we know that we can bring many concepts and metaphors from our physical practice into the others. So, okay, first of all, I cannot guarantee you these results, okay? I absolutely cannot. Any trainer or coach that says that, oh, I can guarantee that you lose this weight during a certain amount of time, they're completely full of shit. They're just trying to make you excited so you'll buy their product, right? Because how could they? It's about you. You have to do the thing. Of course they cannot guarantee that. Like me, what I can guarantee you if you were to work with me is that, yes, the plan that I'll give you, if you can follow it, it will lead to the kind of result you want, you know, but you have to follow it. I can also guarantee you that you being more on point, you know, the extra accountability and mindset advice for me, I can also guarantee you that that is going to make you more likely to stay on point. I still cannot guarantee you the result though, because you're going to have to do that. Do you see what I mean? I can guarantee you like that this way that I'm presenting for you would lead to this result you're looking for. I cannot guarantee you that you're going to walk it though, that you're going to have to walk it. I'll do my best to assist you, but I know it's all about you, right? That's of course a mistake a lot of people do. It's again this I always talk about, thinking that the solution lies somewhere other than within yourself. It doesn't. It all starts with you. You have to do it, all right? You can get help on the outside, but you are the one that does it. I cannot lift the weight for you. I cannot get your steps in for you. I cannot fast for you. I cannot eat the correct diet for you. I can tell you how to go about all those things, be there and adjust when needed, and be there to support you with mindset advice and all these strategies. But that's what I can do. The rest is what but you can guarantee it. That's the whole point. So I'm going to tell you exactly how you guarantee it. And look, it's just to make some points. I'm going to give examples that maybe wouldn't be what I would recommend, but just to make the point that you can guarantee these things. So let's talk about weight loss. How can we guarantee weight loss? All right. How do we lose weight? Well, by spending more energy than we take in. So we have to tap in to our stored energy and lose it that way by using it, right? And so if you start somewhere on a plan and you track what you eat and you track your weight, you track your activity. And look, let's say that the first plan we come up with to do this, it makes you end up in a deficit and you lose weight. Well, now it's a guarantee that if you keep doing that system, you will lose weight. But then there might come a point where that stalls because you've got a lowering weight, you weigh less, so you use less energy walking around. So now, because we're tracking, we know this though, right? You're eating the same things, doing the same activities, but now the body weight has stopped going down. Well, we can guarantee that you're losing more weight by reducing calories further, okay? Or by moving more, right? And this we can keep doing forever, okay? If we are on point with our tracking, we know completely what's going on with us at all times. We see what happens, and we know then that, okay, if I'm currently just maintaining weight, all I have to do is make this energy balance that clearly right now ends up at zero because I'm not losing or gaining weight. All I have to do is change something in the equation so I end up below zero, like or a minus. I lose weight, right? And so my point is that let's play with the idea that someone has a really poor metabolism, right? That even when they go down and eat very, very low calories, they seem to not be losing weight, right? This is what I mean, that many times for this kind of person, I would many times want to focus on building good habits with eating proper food, getting good sleep, building a training habit, just building you so your body functions better, then it's much more likely that what didn't lose weight for you initially, now, when your body, you have higher metabolism, you're just healthier, your body is a machine that's operating better, Now it's going to be easier to lose weight, so that's often what I would recommend. But now we would just play with this concept of guaranteeing results. Is that let's say with some fat woman in the US with a completely crashed metabolism from all the complete junk she's been eating for years and not been moving at all, right? So let's say she doesn't even lose weight when she eats 1,000 calories per day. Well, a way to guarantee that she lose weight is just stop eating, just fast. Just keep fasting for days and days and days. Like I said, maybe I wouldn't recommend this to this kind of person, but it absolutely would guarantee weight loss, because the energy, like there's nuance to this with metabolism, and that there are things that influence our metabolism, but at some point the energy you're using just to stay alive has to come from somewhere. So even a person with the lowest of metabolism, if they kept reducing, they would lose weight at some point. You see what I mean? All you have to do is you guarantee it by monitoring yourself, following a plan. When you see that now you adjust, and you keep adjusting until you see the trend going in the direction that you want. Okay, so now let's talk about muscle gains. You know, I hear similar stuff, but it's always, as a teacher, coach, content creator, you have some stories. You remember, there's this one guy I remember in a gym I used to work in, and he was complaining that like nothing's happening. Oh, I've been doing this and this, but nothing's happening. And this is the kind of person that just thinks that, you know, they just deserve some kind of result just for like showing up and doing anything at all. But the thing is, if I would have been involved, if I were to decide what this guy was doing every time he went to the gym, there would be nothing's happening. You understand? Because I would ensure that he makes progress. Being a state of a progression, that's really what this video is about. As long as you're always in a state of progression, it's inevitable that you end up where you want to be, right? Because you know, you're not there yet, you get a little better. You're not there yet, you get a little better. At some point, you've gotten good enough to be there, right? So this kind of guy, he says he doesn't see nothing's happening. Well, if he just started tracking his workouts and made it his mission to always beat what he did the last time, it's impossible to not gain muscle. Do you understand that? That when an exercise is like completely new to you, or you haven't done it in a long time, yes, the first maybe couple 3 workouts, the progression you do might just be neurological adaptations, you know, just that you're getting used to the movement and can perform it more efficiently. But if you keep doing an exercise and you progress every time, you add weight or reps to the exercise you're doing, it is impossible to not get, just as like, where would the energy to stay alive come from if you just stopped eating? It's kind of like, how can you just keep getting stronger without getting more muscle mass, right? It has to happen. It's guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed. And look, guys, this is what I want people to understand, that people don't believe it, you know. People that talk to me sometimes, they're like, I think I could get in good shape. I think I could lose the weight. And I'm like, I don't think it. I know it. Like I said, to me, I can guarantee you that you can get there, that you can get there. I can guarantee you a path that would lead there. I cannot guarantee you that you'll get there, though. You have to guarantee it. But I say you that when you approach things this way, it is impossible. How are you going to keep just improving on something that you do and not see, like the muscle in this case? How can you be stronger? How can you use the muscle and do more and more with it without the muscle adapting? It is not possible. And so actually, what made me think of this video now was a conversation I had yesterday. A client, I'm blessed with my job. I have such interesting conversations with people working with me. But I was asked, what made it click for you? That just doing these difficult things, like what made it click so that you can stick to it in the way that it seems that most people cannot, right? And it is this cornerstone experience with the panic attacks that started all of this, guys. That's what I mean. Now I'm going to give you some examples of other results. When just being in a state of progression, it makes it so that it's impossible not to reach the result, right? So I have this with the daily panic attacks happen, right? And what I understand is that my body has wrongfully identified like almost any situation outside the home as a dangerous situation, right? So I know, even though it feels impossible at the time, you know, but I know that's all I can do is exposing my body, myself to these situations, get panic, over time manage to stay around in a situation for long enough so that my body really says, hey, it wasn't a threat. and calms down, and over time gets used to that this is actually not dangerous. And again, I couldn't know that then. It felt impossible, but it did gradually get better, and I did overcome it, and looking back, of course, how are you gonna be in situations and feel terrified, but manage to stay in them for long enough so that nothing dangerous happens to you? Like, your body will catch the drift at some point that, okay, it's okay, So the conclusion is enough exposure to these situations would guarantee that at one point I will not get panic attacks in these situations anymore, right? It didn't click for me right after that, but when I came out on the other side of the panic attacks, so grateful, and I want to start training purely to just ensure that doesn't, it comes from purely, I want to feel good, right? And so a couple of weeks of very mild, like 15-minute strength workouts every other day, some more walks, just removing some complete junk from my diet, eating decent food at least. And I didn't like training. I was tough. I got sore. I didn't like it during and that. But so fast after this couple of weeks, just I know that it was inevitable that I'm feeling better. That's what made it click. The training right after this with the panic attacks, like, it just seems that when I do the thing that I clearly know that I should be doing, but feel a lot of resistance towards, all I have to do is do that thing. And the result is guaranteed. It is inevitable. Right? So that's what I've known for all this time, that no matter how difficult it feels, how tough it is, how slow it's going, if I do keep doing the thing, and I'm always in a state of progression, the result is inevitable. It is inevitable. The last example that I will take here is about this YouTube channel. And what I want to say with some results, maybe we can't always guarantee like a completely specific result, but, a direction, like, we can, like that we get better, more of something in a certain direction. But I would say, like, we can't always, like when it comes to muscle, I can say that I would want to be this lean and weigh 100 kilos. I can get closer to, I probably can't get to 100 kilos, right? But the same thing with a YouTube channel. Maybe there's you can't become the biggest channel, but you can definitely become bigger and bigger and big enough to reach certain milestones, right? So with this YouTube channel, you realize that I put out videos for over 5 years now, and the first 5,000 subscribers, it took 1 year per 1,000, and then I had one video blow up finally, and it was tripled in 2 months. But the point is that it felt so slow, like nothing's happening, but it's been undeniable that even when it went slow, when I kept putting out videos, apart from actually getting clients, I'm getting better at what I do, and all this, in terms of just following, it does move up. It's just very slow, but it keeps moving. So the point is still that if I've known all these, during these years, I felt, I've had my doubts at times and stuff, but I've kind of known that as long as I just keep putting, at some point something will happen. One video will pop off, or I will go on the right podcast and get exposed. Something will happen at some point. And it did. You see it took 5 years of consistently being in a state of progression, but with very small progression, very little happening. But I guarantee, I have known for all these years that at some point it will happen, and it did. So that's what I want to make you understand in this video, guys. With fitness stuff, like when it comes to the training, as long as you're purely just your numbers on some level are moving up, and they keep doing that, it is inevitable, it is guaranteed that larger muscles is a future that will come, right? And with the weight loss too. If you keep reducing, if you keep cutting deeper, it is inevitable that you will lose the weight at some point, right? Just keep at it. And the last thing I'll say, because progress is not linear. It's like even in addiction treatment, part of the process is relapse, as in they don't actively make you relapse, but we know that we're not perfect, that we have weaknesses. We expect to sometimes come up short, right? But it's again, you can make mistakes, right? But as long as we're in a state of progression, right? If let's say you eat stuff you're not supposed to lose weight too often now, you're not losing any weight, but if you keep trying and you keep progressing, you might be able to make progress with your choices without losing weight, but if you do progress at a certain point, it will catch up and you will lose that weight. This is a last example with training. Let's say that I can do 10 push-ups right now. I start training. I do 3 sets of 1 rep. obviously way too little to make any kind of progress, right? But I am in a state of progression, so the next time I do 3 sets of 2, right? And even if I started at a ridiculously low level, if I am in a state of progression, at some point I will be there when I'm training to failure. And now, when I keep, now I'm pushing beyond what I could, right? So you see, the point is both that you could start at a way lower level, as long as you progress. At some point you're going to come to the point where the actual results start coming. And the other thing is just that you don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. As long as you're in a state of progression, when you fall, you don't sit there and cry or just turn around. You sit there, brush yourself off a bit, and you try again. And if you hit the wall, okay, maybe you have to take one step back and take another way. But keep being in a state of progression, and the results are 100% guaranteed. We'll end the video here. Please like and comment, guys. Always love reading your comments. I do holistic bodybuilding coaching. You can send me a DM on Instagram or email me. It's in the description below, and I'll tell you about my different programs. Getting jacked and stacked, mentally, physically, spiritually, working on ourselves, body, mind, and soul. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, let's do it. I have the guaranteed plan for you. You have to guarantee getting the result, though, by actually following this plan, all right? Yeah, if you just want to support me, you can pick up my bodybuilding book, of course, my training book, and the mindset stuff that goes along with it. And if you just want to support me and the Uncommon Sense channel, you can become a member of the channel, a Patreon, leave a little super thanks comment. It's very much appreciated, guys, and please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Be in a state of progression, then whatever you're looking for is 100% guaranteed to come at some point. It just takes progression, persistence, and patience. Okay, peace.